Hi, it's Retro Kevo here. This is my first video upload, but I just thought I'd give it a go doing stuff on retro gaming. I know loads of people do videos, thousands of videos, and I love watching them, but I just thought I'd do something about sort of retro gaming on a budget. A lot of people spend a lot of money, and some of the games, as we all know, they're absolutely costing a fortune to buy some of the games. But this isn't so much about buying the games, because they're always really going to be quite expensive at the moment, but it's more about your gaming area. I thought I'd talk about, I'm going to do a little video in a moment which I'll show what I've done with my gaming area. It's nothing amazing, but just thought about little ways you can cut corners financially, just to make things look good without spending a fortune. But I'll start off by saying the way to sort of find things cheaper is, it's the usual places: eBay, Facebook Marketplace. But what I've found is often with a little bit bigger items like TV, it's worth just searching by location. Put location first, as in your search priority, and often it's something that's going to be really, really local. But the thing is, if somebody's selling something on eBay and they're not prepared to post it, that obviously means there's going to be a lot less people bidding on it normally, because they're not prepared to travel. So it's a matter of you, as somebody who's looking for something, as really regularly looking on eBay or Facebook Marketplace to see when something comes up. And as I'll show you, I've bought a couple of TVs on eBay, and no one else is even bidding on them, because they have to travel to pick them up, and I've only had to drive 5 minutes up the road to buy them. It's the same with Facebook Marketplace. And just keep looking, whatever you're after. You get a break at work, or you're just going to have a cup of tea, have a little look, because something might just come up at that moment. You might be the first person to see it, and then your quid's in. You can put a bid in or whatever, or just buy at the price the guy wants, and you'll get it. You can get so many things, but it is the regularity of checking these things. And the other thing, it's the same with, especially with games, obviously, is the old charity shops and car boot sales. And the thing is, again, it's going to them regularly. I go to my charity shop, it's only up the road, walking distance, about 2 minutes up the road, but I go 2 or 3 times a week, because you just do not know when a load of sort of games, or someone's put a job lot of games into the charity shop, and if you're in there regularly, you might be the first person to find those games, and you'll get them at a bargain. And I've picked up a couple of games, not a massive amount of games, but I've picked up a couple. But the thing is it's the enjoyment of looking for it. It's that little enjoyment of finding a game, even if it's a game that's only worth £10 or £20, but you find it for £3 or £4. It's a nice feeling. So that's what I'd maintain. It's the regularity you do of everything. Keep your eyes open. And as far as your gaming area goes, or your gaming room, if you're trying to save money, it's just try and be creative about what you do. As I say, I'll show you again my little retro gaming area, and then you can sort of maybe get a few ideas for yourself. Anyway, my name's Kev, and I'll see if we'll do more videos. I'll just sort of see if there's any interest in this video, and the quality might not be fantastic, and I might have to find a bargain microphone to sort of make the sound better, or the lighting. But we'll see how we go with this one, and hopefully some people out there might get a couple of ideas to save a few pounds or dollars or whatever for their retro gaming area. Okay then, see you later, and you'll follow on from this will be the little bit about my gaming area. Right, okay. I'll try and quickly run through what things I've done in my own little gaming area to sort of save money and try and cut corners, really. But first I started off by putting this sort of wrapping paper, Christmas paper. It's like PlayStation little controllers on there, but I picked that up at the local supermarket. It's £2 or £3 a roll, and I started off by blue tacking that along to the back wall, because my garage, it's got this horrible grey brickwork. It's a bit unsightly, really, so I thought I'd start by making it look a bit better backdrop, really. And also I found these partitions. They were sort of in a furniture type shop, and I think they're used to partition in one single room you'd use them for, but they were on sale. I think they're about £20 each, and I got two of them. There's one running along the back wall and one running along here. And in the same shop I found this black material. It was in there sort of, a lot of places have these sale bins, or basket bins as they call them in some places, but where they get rid of stuff. And it was literally £4 or £5 for each pack, and each pack was 2 or 3 meters squared of this black material. So I hung that over the back, and I think what happens is it's better to have a darker backdrop sometimes. Well, I think because you turn your lights off. Obviously a lot of people's retro gaming rooms, they look better when the lights are out, so I thought that looked better with the black backdrop. So yeah, I'll show you anyway in a minute or so when I put the lights out. It makes a difference. But as far as the TVs go, it's worth letting people know that you're into retro gaming. I mean, I'm lucky I work a place where a lot of people work, and you sort of get it around friends and stuff that you're into stuff like that. And you know what, people end up sometimes offering you stuff. And a guy came up to me and he tried to sell this TV here, and he wasn't having any takers on Facebook or eBay, so he literally said, did I want it, sort of thing. So I gave him a pack of 5 beers, and that was it. I was able to take it home, and that's a nice Samsung telly. And as far as this Sony Bravia telly goes, oh, by the way, that's a Tic Tac. Anybody who knows ZX Spectrum will know what that is, and a really, really great game. I was just playing a little bit of that earlier. But yeah, back to the TV. It's a Bravia, Sony Bravia. But again, I put it on eBay, I search, and I just put in TVs, whatever, and I put local search as in nearest place first, and that came up as literally a 5-minute drive. No one else was bidding, because a lot of people, they won't sell a TV, they won't post it, they don't want to take the risk of it being damaged and all the trouble that comes with that. And you know, I put a bid in. I think the guy started off £5 minimum bid. I put the £5 in, no one else bid, and you know, at the end of the week I was going around to pick that TV up. You know, same thing with this little CRTV here. Location first, I put you know, nearest first, and there you go. Same thing, the guy wanted a £5 starting bid, no one else bid, and I picked it up again. And it had some scratches on, but I've got some art paint, grey art paint, and I haven't done a fantastic job, but it's better than it was before. But you know, I was pleased to have a little CRT TV in there, and you know, it's good find. And as far as the shelving goes, I did buy that new. I think I got this on Amazon. If I find it, I'll put the link below. But I think these sets of shelves, well, you get 3 when you buy it, and I think it's about 17 or 18 pounds, because the wood itself is it's really thin wood, basically, balsa type wood, but it's very sturdy once you put it up, as long as you put the screws and the wall in properly. They'll obviously take the games I've put in there. So I bought 2 sets, and I put those up there, and they, you know, I've got quite a few games on that one, as you can see, and so far so good, it's not fallen down. The other thing is, you know, just for the lighting stuff, you can get these little tea lights here. I bought them, I think, in a local sort of pound stretcher or pound land, they're called here in the UK, and I think they were about £1 each. So I bought sort of 7 or 8 of those, and you can spread them around your gaming area. I'll show you in a minute when I put the lights out, but you know, that's another sort of cheap investment. The other thing is, as far as displaying stuff goes, you can use anything to display your games or whatever you want to display. And this is a cabinet, I think it was on sale at a toy fair. The guy was selling them for £5 each. You just have to simply put them together. But that one was for Hot Wheel cars. But you know what? Obviously, you can put what you want in your display cabinet. So I've put my ZX Spectrum games in. But that was another cheap thing. Obviously, again, the only thing you ought to get right is screw it well into the wall so it doesn't fall down. And yeah, that was quite cheap as well. The little lighting I put around it, that was on eBay. I think that was £5. You know, easy to get, quite cheap, and makes it look a lot better when you turn the lights off, when I will put the lights off in a minute. The cabinet itself here, this display cabinet I bought, this is the only thing I invested in, really. It did cost a couple of £100, but I think part of the thing of retro gaming, if you like me, and I know a lot of other people are saying, you sometimes just like sitting in your gaming area. Sometimes it's a place of solace, a bit of peace, and you know, you can look at the games, some of the memories, whatever, of the games you've played. It's quite a nice feeling. But it's always, that's why I invested personally in that cabinet there. But again, if you go to Facebook Marketplace, keep your eyes open. The only problem with a bigger item, you might need a friend with a van or whatever to pick it up, and be careful with it. But you know, well, keep your eyes open, and you never know what you can find. Even this gaming chair, I call it a gaming chair, it's more like an office chair, but I wasn't prepared at the time to spend £150, £200, which they can cost. And I kept looking every day at a Facebook Marketplace for the nearest location, and this one came up. The guy was just clearing out his garage, and he wanted £30, and there's not a scratch on that gaming chair. So you know, I was really pleased with it. But anyway, I'll obviously, these little lights here, these are light sensitive ones, a little tubing light there. Bought those on eBay. That was a little bit of investment again. I think it was about 18 £19 for a pack of 2. They have different settings on. I quite like setting them so they react to sound, which is quite good when you're gaming. And obviously the little Jet Set Willy Spectrum again, I think that was a find, not so much a find, but on Amazon. But yeah, I'll put the lights out, and then you'll get an idea. I'm doing it on my phone, so I'll just have to pull away a little bit to give you the effect. But as you can see, with the sort of tea lights, I've set them all to blue because they're different colours, and with the lights, you know, it makes a hell of a difference. I put tea lights in each of the shelves in the cabinets, so that obviously helps with the lighting effect. A little game over thing, I think that was a Christmas present as well. Yeah, so it sort of looks a lot better, you know. That I think the backdrop, so always think about ways you can cover things up. I think a lot of the things with the retro gaming or whatever is covering up the sins, really. I mean, beneath there were the table I bought when I started off as well. I put the black material again, and I've just pinned it to the desk. I think the desk I got at Amazon as well. That was another investment, but it wasn't hugely expensive. As I say, I put tacks on there, and I was just able to hide where, where I put, where you put all your stuff you don't want people to see, the sort of wires and stuff like that. But yeah, so as you can see, I think it's looking okay. But I'm just trying to show what I've done, so people might think, you know what, I haven't got a load of money to spend on my sort of retro gaming area, but you know what, sometimes it can be quite fun looking around for bargains and just trying to use a bit of creativity as what you can do. Well,
Yeah,
hopefully
so
that
there you
was
go.
of some interest to some people out there. As I say, I just showed you what I did, and if anyone else has got any really good ideas or just any ideas at all about sort of helping sort of set up a retro gaming area without sort of spending a fortune, like any little tips helps. You know what? Because I sort of learnt a lot through YouTube, not just through retro gaming, but reading people's comments. A lot of people have some really good ideas out there, so if any of you've got some good ideas, just drop them below. And as I said, it still helps people really in the gaming community. But yeah, I may do another video. We'll see how this one goes. I know the quality's not amazing, but I may have to pick up a bargain bit of lighting or a good camera or a microphone or something, because I'm not using the best ones at the moment. But yeah, I hope it was interesting to some people, and I may do another one soon. So look after yourselves. Take care.